This is such a common issue with so many couples, especially on the early side of marriage where you're trying to figure out how to balance this out. And we all come into our new relationship with traditions that we've enjoyed and
That's right.
love being with our own families.
Yeah,
How
and
do you find
holidays are especially heartfelt. And so those traditions are deeply held, and we are very emotional about keeping those, you know.
Right. Okay, so what do you do? How do you find your way in
this? And this is hard because even, it might be subtle, even if you decide to go to both families each holiday or rotate holidays, whatever system you come up with, you also have to negotiate things like how long are we going to stay? I mean, in your family, visits were never more than 3 days, and in my family, they were never less than 2 weeks, you know?
I was going to say 3 weeks, but yeah, there are those differences.
And so even if you choose, now we're going to focus on your family, you might have to fight about, well, how long is that?
Right.
And it's all about family culture and tradition and what you're used to.
And it all comes down to compromise, doesn't it? I mean, giving and taking and understanding. What is it that is going to make my spouse feel prized? Because you really do communicate in love, you know, these kinds of actions.
And remember to really work on behalf of your spouse. When they're in your family, you have to be the one that includes them, incorporates them, and really helps your family understand who they are.
Okay, so you're having a debate about whose home we go to for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. What do? Do you chart it out on a calendar? Do you say this year, that year? Is there an automatic solution?
I think the key is that you have to sit down and talk about it when it's not time for the holiday, and you have to make long-term plans that you can both agree to.
Yeah, it's really important to do this well in advance before you're kind of in the heat of the emotion, as it were, for these things.
Yeah, and I think what you have to recognize is there are losses for everyone. You might be feeling sad when you're not spending Christmas with your family, and they might be feeling sad too, and kind of own that and process that. Don't pretend like it's not happening.
Right. And then do some things that you can to pull that kind of, you know, that family situation that you're missing out on, pull that into your life a little bit more, and for them as well. You can do that through technology so easily these days, whether that be with a little, you know, videotape or obviously phone calls and email, that kind of thing, but ways just to stay connected even when you're far apart.